Welcome to episode 3 of Wheel Talk. We've got a really jam-packed session for you today. We've got lots of information from the past 2 weeks. Run through the agenda really quickly, then we'll jump straight into it. We're going to cover off the Extreme, the Bogota Extreme, our off-road experience. We've recently put an air shock into it, and it really has, I think, changed our view on the wheel a little bit. We're going to talk about the Pattern and a really awesome little cheap accessory that we've discovered that again transforms the wheel for me. We're going to talk about the Perth ERL, Electric Racing League, the Mega Fast Race Day. We've got more information about that and some really big updates pertaining to our involvement and what's going to happen on the day. We've got a ramp update, and yes, it is as fun as it sounds. The ramps that we bought from Jigsaw Rump Shaker. The ramps from Jigsaw Jumps, we've got a nice little update on that because they are proven to be more fun than we expected. An S16 update. This information was just shared with me from Kingsong, and it's really interesting. I think it will raise a few eyebrows in a good way. What else? We've also got another big discount code to share with you. So Steve and I talked about it, and we thought let's reward the viewers, specifically the ones in Australia. Sorry for the international viewers, we can't ship internationally yet. But we've got a really, really good discount code for this episode. It's 50% off something, but of course you have to hang around to the end of the show.
Real talk alert.
So let's jump in at the top and talk about the Extreme and our experience off-road. As I said in the intro, we've put the air shock in it from the Master, and I'll let Steve talk to it because he's the one who rode it the most. It really has changed our perception of the wheel.
Yeah. Look, the first time we took the Extreme out to the trails to try and see how it performed, we were just a little less than impressed.
Yeah. The power was good, the torque was good.
Yeah, but the flatness of the suspension, because of how we had to dial the spring in to prevent it from bottoming out, did leave it feeling pretty, unresponsive.
Yep.
Which kind of, I don't know, I couldn't get it to perform on the trails the way we could with the Pattern.
Yeah, there was no pop, right? There was
yeah.
no rebound, no pop for the jumps and the bumps.
So I think the handling changed completely once we put the Master air shock on, and all of a sudden, I was able to push it a lot harder. I was able to pop over logs and up little rocks and down. Just sort of really changed the feel of it as an off-road wheel.
Your ride ability through that ride we went on with that group, that Brisbane group, you could actually see it get better very, very quickly. You went from being sort of a bit tame and a bit what's what I'm looking for? Sluggish, let's say. Just being more mindful of the bumps, and you're sort of rolling over them instead of doing jumps. Within 5-10 minutes, I think you understood the advantage of that air shock. And every time I looked over my shoulder, when you're in front of me, you were starting to get air. You were doing jumps. You were looking for things to go over instead of avoiding.
That's it. Your confidence level just increases substantially. I think the first time round, basically, we were riding almost as if there wasn't suspension, and we could see the impact the suspension has on your confidence in tackling the terrain. So air shock, it's a must for heavier riders, 90 to over 100, and the spring as it came stock from Bogota just didn't cut it for our weight.
But I would say the air shock's mandatory for anyone who wants to do jumps as well. I think that 950
can, as a light rider, 65 kilos for example, he was still able to bottom out the spring. So even he would benefit from the air shock.
The one thing we did notice, and I think I might have just touched on it, was now that we can actually get almost the full potential out of the wheel, I think we still need to play around with pads. The stock pads on this thing, everyone who tried it on the weekend ride agreed the pads are just not.
I like the fact that you can lock in your feet at the bottom, but that's real, and the rear pads are quite sufficient for sort of leaning back on and braking.
But as far as accelerating, I feel like
accelerating, it's only when you're going up a really sort of steep hill where you can lean far enough forward to offset your balance that you can really utilize them. So I'm not sure how other riders manage to you know, Michael Jackson lean forward far enough to be able to utilize them. So yeah, we've come up with some other ideas that we'll pursue for putting on.
Yeah, we've got some
pads.
we've got some really cool pads coming. It's like I didn't mention the agenda, but we do have our 3D printer is finally up and running. We're constantly tweaking with settings and speed and wall thickness
man.
and
been such a
honeycomb
journey.
versus gyroid. But we've got a really nice set of pads that we think are going to work out really nicely. Our next step now is just to do one more print to make sure they are as good as we know.
Yeah, we've been changing the infill, we've been changing the wall thickness, just mucking around to try and get this print optimal so that we can start churning out some pads.
Exactly. And these will be, and we'll make these available to customers. We'll be able to sell these and
Oh, for sure.
and
They look great.
and at a really affordable price. Like a lot cheaper than what you probably expect. But what I was going to say was, by doing that suspension, by getting the pads sort of right, we were able to unlock. It felt like more performance.
Yeah.
Like
Every extra ride we did,
Yeah, it
when
felt
we
like it
just
got
started
faster
pushing
and
it up
faster.
the hill,
Yep.
up the hill, up some crazy slopes. Yeah, it had power to give and more.
Yeah, and we're starting to discover all the things to really like about the wheel. But I think the big thing for me is going to be the pads. Once we get some really good pads on, I think I'll fall in love with it.
Yeah, look, I hear your complaints when the pads aren't right on
Yeah.
some of the other wheels, and in the past, I used to ride wheels before before pads were a thing. I didn't think so much of them before, and that they were necessary, but now, as the wheels have progressed into suspension and their performance is getting crazy, and the high torque factor of these wheels really allows you to pretty much scale any kind of hill, obstacle, whether it's a sloped rock, a log, whatever, and the pads really make a difference.
Yeah, and that's what these people were doing on the weekend. We're out with
Yeah.
Addy, Jared, Tim, Ken, Mario, Shay, and Jazz. Just a small group, but it was such a fun ride to go out and watch the ability of the
Yeah, we
experience.
were blown away.
We were blown away, but not only that by the experience, but also by Shay and Jazz, who had never done off road before. And within half
Yeah,
an
we were
hour, they were
impressed.
doing, and one was on an MSP, the other one was on a T4.
Yep.
And within half an hour, they were doing little jumps, they were going over routes, they were navigating the paths. It was
Yeah.
a really fun day.
Yep.
But watching, and Preston was there too. Watching Preston and Ken and Tim
Jared
and
and
Jared,
Addy and
just the
Tim.
way they
Yeah,
the way
they
they
were-
navigate those inclines and those rocks and like jumping up on things like 1.5 feet high. It was, it's skill, but it's also pads. It was a
Pads
lot of
make
fun.
a big difference. Being able to hook your feet in and control the wheel, lifting it, in combination with that torquiness of the motor. You're not risking of over sort of powering it. But yeah, these boys and with some of their downhill jumping off rocks and things were pretty crazy. But yeah, it was just great to see the riders all testing their skills on the day.
To close that topic off, if you live in Brisbane or if you're coming to Brisbane, make sure you join the Facebook group so you can see these events.
Yeah, we want to give them a call out and help
Yeah.
direct people in the local community to these sorts of events because
And if you've never done off roading before, keep an eye out for these things because the people who organised it, they really were patient. Like they went to the little demo track, they let everyone do laps
started
of
out
them
in
up,
the
and
beginner area, giving
lot of
people
fun.
time to get warmed up, and they never let no one was left behind at any point. So yeah, they do a great job of and just a shout out to say thank you for showing us the trails.
Inviting us.
I have found new areas that we'd never been to, and brilliant group of riders.
Yeah. The flow on from that is the next agenda item, and that's the Pattern foot pad extender. So we're talking about pads, and really pads for me make a wheel go from good to great. And I love the Pattern. It's just my favorite wheel. But on the weekend at that group ride, Preston had his Pattern there, and he had the foot pad extenders. This is a simple 3D, probably costs about $5 to print, but a lot of time. It's such a simple thing to slide onto the bottom of that foot plate, and if you've got low arches or thin shoes,
the bottom position where that foot
because they're adjustable.
pad
But
is still not quite low enough for some people.
Yeah, for me.
But when I'm wearing the Fox Union shoes,
Product place, the link in the
product
description.
placement, no, I'm wearing them partly because we had them, and
Because no one's bought them.
They're good. They're actually like they're easy to clean. They work. They've got a really good size.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
But anyway, they are a little bit too. They are taller than some other people, so I don't need this pad extender that sort of slips on over that to give it a bit more thickness, so that others will be able to lock in their feet properly.
Yeah, so we are going to print these. We've got the file. We're going to test them out first, and then we'll put them on our website for sale at a really low price. So if you've got a pattern, you want to get them, check out the website again. Sorry for international
Basically,
viewers.
just bridging that little bit of space
it's 20. It's either 10 or 20 mil. Does that No, there's two different.
There's
two different pads. So, there's the 10 and there's the 20 mil one. Extender. Yeah. And it makes a world of difference. So check the website out if you live in Australia. If you've got a pattern and you want them, they'll be available probably in about a week's time.
Cool.
Right, next one. This is a really big one because it's a big one for us as far as financial investment.
For sure.
Perth Mega Fast Race Day. So we mentioned in the last video that we were going to be an official sponsor of the event.
That's right.
We announced we were just going to sponsor some money but not go.
Well, yeah, we were wanting to go, but we weren't sure we were going to be able to.
Yeah, we had a little bit too busy in the shop and so on. But we've made a decision. I'll let you tell the viewers what we've decided.
Yes, we have locked in attendance to the ERL Megafast Race Day. So we are super excited to be able to fly over to Perth. Myself, Scott, and Ken.
Yep.
And I think that's the first news that we've actually informed anybody about Ken coming. That was a decision that we've just added in. And
surprised me this morning. With another charge on the corporate card.
We just basically, I think we're gonna have Ken there to actually race. So that'll be great.
So he needs to decide, and it's going to be his decision. He needs to decide if he wants to take his S22 or he wants to pad up the Vigoda Extreme.
The Extreme, yeah.
He seems really excited about the Extreme, but I think he wants to.
He wants to
put
get
pads on it.
He wants to do two things for the Extreme.
Yeah.
One is he wants to fit his pads.
Yeah.
And two, he wants to change the tire to a street tire. He's used to riding on a street tire, and that gives him the best grip and cornering potential. So that is something that we'll check a couple of tire options and potentially put that on the Extreme and give him a chance to get used to it.
Yep.
But he is super excited, as we are, to actually attend the race day. But I'm just looking forward to being able to meet up with everybody in Perth. We've been supplying wheels to riders in WA for 3 to 4 years now, and it's just amazing to be able to finally attend, get to socialize with them, and they've they've offered up to take us on numerous rides to show us around Perth and some of the different riding areas.
Yep.
And we just can't wait to catch up with them.
And we're not going to be just walking around the track shaking hands. We're actually going to have a marquee. We're going to have a spot where we set up.
Yes.
We should have some merch. We should have some
prizes.
Stickers. We'll have some prizes. Ken will be there to give technical advice, so he's not just coming over in a race capacity.
Yeah, feel free to come over and
hassle him. If you've got a problem, if you've got a creak, you've got a grind, you've got a noise, come speak to Ken on your wheel, of course. Come speak to Ken. He can help you. He can talk to you. He won't have any tools, but he can give you some advice. If you've got tools, he can certainly steer you in the right direction. He has seen pretty much everything now. What else? We'll be doing some learn to ride sessions, hopefully.
We will. We'll have a learn to ride wheel on site so that we can teach spectators that come along and want to try out a wheel.
So if your significant other has never seen the bright side of EUC, and then you're always out riding, bring them along, and we'll be more than happy.
Or invite a friend. That's always been in awe of you riding.
We'll have a wheel. We're not sure what it will be yet. We're just trying to work out which one we can ship over, but we will have it to learn to ride.
We will also have some sort of entry-level wheel giveaway, potentially as well.
Okay, is that official now, or are we just gonna wear it?
I'm just winging it at this point, but no, I'm pretty sure we're just deciding which wheel we'll bring. But
maybe it'll be the S9.
The S9 basketball. Hand it over.
It won't be the S9, I promise.
Yeah. So we're locking that in. We're just deciding which wheel we'll be choosing.
And we're staying in North Perth, North Perth.
That's right, North Perth.
And we're going to be making ourselves available for all the
numerous
rides.
Group rides.
Yeah, there's 3 I think we're planning on going on.
Yeah.
So
thanks to the local Perth community for suggesting some routes for us to enjoy the Perth scenery around the river and some other runs further north.
And if this is the first you're hearing about Megafast Race Day, we'll put the link to the event in
Definitely.
this video. I think you spectator tickets and there's race tickets, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And it's
So
cheap.
there's
It's like 10, 20
so
bucks.
there's $10 to register as a spectator. There will be a free ride on the track opportunity, so you can register for $30 to be able to pretty much not race, but just ride the track.
Do some hot laps.
And that'll be great just to join in and get some footage of everybody riding together on the track. And then there is also 2 divisions for EUC and 1 division for eSkate.
Yep.
The 2 divisions for EUC, there will be an EUC Pro group at the sort of capped at the highest speed.
That's the one you're racing in?
Not this time around. And then there's the 2nd division, which is EUC Sportsman division, which will be capped at a bit lower speed, so that you can join a race, in one of those 2 divisions.
If you are going to race, check the terms and conditions or the conditions of racing, because you do have to have a lot of appropriate safety gear on.
Yeah, for sure.
not
There
just
will be a
rock up with a
requirement to have knee pads,
Yep.
some form of body armor or motorcycle jacket or like lazy rolling jacket, and obviously helmet.
Do we want to do I know we discussed that there, we didn't lock it in. Do we want to do a 10% or something off for gear if they use a code?
Yeah, we can do a 10 to 15%.
What will it be?
What will it be? You need to check. What's the code?
ERL 10.
Or 15?
Or is it going to be 15? Okay, so how
We'll
much?
put it on the screen.
What's it going to be? No, we'll put it on the screen. Okay, we'll
Put it
discuss
on the
after.
screen because
So use this code and it'll give you this % here off.
that's it. For anybody that's attending the day.
Well, we can't control that. No one can use it. There's no way of saying no. Show us your ticket.
Oh no.
So the lights
You
just
still see?
overheated. So these lights, we left them on and that's just gone flat. So
It's all good. I think I'm still.
move over the side.
I'm still here.
All right, let's wrap this up. So we're going a little bit long. Let's just,
No, we're good. We're good.
No, that's fine. You can still see them.
Okay.
All right, so
What's
that's
next?
the ERL
Oh,
update.
it's
Really
it's an
exciting.
exciting event. We basically want everybody that can from the community to attend. It's going to really help us to make it a successful day.
Yep.
And also just get behind. You don't have to race. Just being there will be awesome to spectate and also just to be able to see you there at the event.
And it's a big deal for us too. Like, this is a really big thing. It's the first time we've done it, so we're going to learn a lot from it. We're going to be investing in marquees and banners.
Yeah, that's it.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Right, moving on. Before this one dies on us as well. S16 updates. The Kingsong S16. This is not a extremely amazing or like eyebrow raising update, but it's still really important because I think it impacts a really important number, and that's the weight of the wheel. So the advertised weight of the S16 has always been 32 kilos.
32 to 33 kilos, yeah, which was a bit surprising for some people.
Yeah, some people
they're
are like, oh, heavy wheel.
Why is it so heavy?
But I just heard, so I've been chatting with Kingsong today. They've just announced that they are actually going to be making it lighter. So they're going to be doing some clever swaps of material they're going to be using. And they're going to be, they're going to be swapping from aluminum alloy or aluminium alloy to magnesium alloy.
Which is lighter.
Which is lighter, yeah, and a lot of the internal parts. So their goal or their expectation is to get that under 30 kilos. So they're predicting
so
29.
somewhere around 29 kilos is the goal.
Which is a really big deal. Because,
but they are in the process
Yeah.
of like having to test it because they don't just want to switch out materials and then find that they won't be sufficiently strong.
Yep.
But we have seen with other wheels like the Leaper Kims that they've used magnesium alloys.
Yep.
So it's obviously obviously a good option.
So it's really exciting, and it's going to get that weight down, so it's going to make it even more accessible for beginner riders. You know, people like my daughter, your daughter, who I know both want to get
We're excited
suspension
for
wheels.
that wheel. And,
29 kilo suspension, good size battery, good size motor, all the bells and whistles, lights and speakers and everything else. It's going to be really
It's a great looking wheel.
Really interesting update. Moving on really quickly. So this is something else we haven't done before. I wanted to read out some comments and celebrate or acknowledge some of our viewers. And then I'm going to ask you to pick a comment. So you don't know what these are.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you to pick a comment, and we're going to get in contact with this person, and we're going to give them a prize.
Prizes are kind of fun.
Yeah, I did say I wanted to I wanted to send out a prize to somebody.
So
But
first comment from
we're gonna
EUC3. Sorry?
I wasn't sure how we were going to choose it, but it looks like we're going to do it right now.
read them, and you're going to pick them. So EUC360, thanks for the shout out, guys. We spoke about him in last week or the week before, being a local creator, Henry. The EUC has changed my life from leisure to how I do my groceries, and hence it's a pleasure to spread the word of EUC love. So a really nice comment there. Ratman Murray 7137, great work, guys. Another local rider. We know who that is. James M217, forward and back, and EUC360 both make fantastic videos and seem like great people. They're really not. No, I'm joking. They are. They're lovely. Raymond Andrew Dev, more good content and conversation. You could use an overall light to remove the dual shadows. Well,
we could use lights.
We tried that.
Have their batteries.
No shadows, but one's just died. And the last comment is from Owen Scanlan 631. Hey Scotty, are you getting a head start on Movember? I don't grow facial hair, and so I forget to shave. Like I shave once every 2.5 weeks.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm due to shave tomorrow. So, which comment do you like the most?
Let's just go with the last one.
All right. So Owen Scanlan, what are we going to give him? EUC watch. Done. It took too long. So EUC watch valued at $70. Owen,
let's send one out.
Anything else you want to talk about before I give the discount code for the really big 50% off?
Do we want to talk about ramps or?
Yes, we do. I skipped that. Ramp update. All right. So ramp update. This is one I'm not going to talk about. I'm going to let Steve completely talk about it because I'm still finding my confidence on the ramps. On grass I'm okay, but concrete and different wheels and not having my toes hooked in, I'm like, so I sort of shy away a little bit. But talk about your experience.
Yeah. So we bought in some jigsaw jumps, and they're very similar to some of the jumps you may have seen in YouTube videos. Basically, they all fit together like a jigsaw. And we're changing the lighting. Oh.
There you go.
Like a deer in headlights. Basically, what we've been wanting to do is use these ramps to improve our confidence in being able to handle jumping off obstacles. Yeah. He's doing that just to mess with me. And the nice thing about the ramps is that because they're made out of multiple pieces, you can actually make them small, then you can add the next bit on, and then it gets a bit bigger, and then you add the next bit on, and then it really starts to ramp up. So it's progressive, and the fact that it offers different size ramps, each that can be customized to the height that you feel comfortable to start on, just means that we've been able to jump on some different types of suspension wheels. Obviously, what Scott's mentioned before about locking in those toes really improves your confidence. It also gives you that ability to sort of pull the wheel up and really pop at the top, which just gives you a little bit more height. But overall, we've especially after we went on that trail ride with the Brisbane group at Daisy Hill, which we did make a video about.
Yeah, we did.
We can link that in the bottom too if you haven't already seen it. But yeah, it's just given us confidence. We put it out on the grass, and we've been doing jumps, and we've been getting some 1-2 meter sort of jumps happening. I
think for us, but for both of us,
we've never done.
No, we've never done jumps. But I think for us, using the ramps is not so much about height or even distance. It's about, for now, it's about learning how to hold our body.
Yeah,
shoulders, bum out, sort of thing. Bring the wheel up.
When I first started to do it, I was leaning back a little bit, and then the wheel was kind of spinning and kicking up dirt when it landed on the grass.
Forward, not backwards.
So ever since using the ramps, now I'm landing them, I'm getting some height. It's given me that confidence, and I think that I'll be much more confident the next trail ride to not go around some of the big jumps, but actually just commit to them and go straight over.
Yeah.
And I think it's just a technical
It's a training tool.
It's a training tool that gives you the confidence to be able to tackle obstacles, jump off things, and I was just really impressed with how quickly we both picked it up.
Yeah, I agree.
After I talked you into doing it, and it did take a little bit of convincing. But
I'm risk averse.
I would think I am too.
At my age, I don't bounce.
We are getting older.
Yeah, turning 50 next week.
So yeah, but it's
no, he's not. I'm joking.
we think these ramps will be a great learning tool for people to use.
Yeah, I think we're
get
gonna sell them, right? Like we're pretty
Yeah,
happy
we're buying some more.
We're gonna
and
buy
we'll
some
start
more
with
now
the
that we're
community.
really happy. We're
tested
insanely
them.
happy with the quality.
And we're happy, and
yeah.
and also as absolute amateurs, we use them ourselves,
Mm.
and I'm blown away with how quickly.
Ken
after a
wants to
couple of
organise
months-
group rides where they'll end up down under the bridge, and he'll shoot to the shop, get the ramps, and then let people do jumps, then carry
Yeah.
the group ride on.
I think it's going to be
really
informative
accessible. Yep.
towards being able to really go hard on the trails.
Yeah, I agree.
Because there are some areas like where it just drops off and
Mm-hmm.
jumps and things, and I've got so much more confidence now to tackle them.
Yep.
Lift the wheel while it's coming up. So yeah, good fun.
Yeah. Before we end, one thing I didn't say at the beginning, and I should have said, if you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you enjoy the content.
Yes, please do. It'll help.
Maybe I'll insert at the beginning, maybe I won't. But also, keep giving us feedback. Obviously, don't judge us on this lighting right now because we've had a light go
Forget
out.
about the lighting.
Yeah, forget about the
It's
lighting.
all about the content anyway.
Exactly.
Um,
Steve's personality. Keep giving us feedback about what you want to see, what you want us to talk about, what you want us to find out about. But also something I also want to start doing is start commenting on, start putting sharing a clip or sharing a creator, someone you'd like us to look at, because we want to start sharing or bringing a segment like creator of the week or clip of the week, probably a better one. Something you've seen that you think is really awesome or really funny. We don't want to go down the whole crash route. We don't really want to glorify that, and I think we want to spread a positive view. So if you've got an amazing clip, if it's your own clip, email it to us. I'll put our email down below.
Or link us to your.
Yeah, we'll link us
if
to
you've
your
shared it.
channel. If you've got a friend or if you've seen something online, share it with us. We want to be able to share it on
Yeah,
this
this
podcast.
can be a hub for
Yeah.
sharing
Exactly.
ride experiences, whether they be awesome adventures or just funny things
Yep.
or
I agree. All right, we're at the end. Now for the big one. This episode's
this episode's discount.
Yep.
Or is it going to be Wheel Talk?
Wheel Talk again. It's
Yeah.
the same code.
I think there's a theme.
Wheel Talk, yeah. So this episode's discounted item, it's a really big one, is Bobblebee backpacks. So we've got two of them behind us here. There's a red one and there's a white one over
I don't know
there.
if you can see that
That's
one.
Diablo red and that's Igloo white.
I don't know if we can see that one, can we? Oh, just in the corner.
Just,
Cool.
yeah. I've got the blue light
Yeah.
on, so it's glowing. We're going to do 50% off these. Not 15, 50%.
Didn't we talk about 10?
No, you said 50.
Oh, okay.
Don't be silly. You had me worried then.
That was you from episode 1, if I
I know.
remember
Hang
correctly.
on, 50. It's definitely 50. So 50% off these, only off the GT 20 and 25, Diablo red.
It's both sizes in
sizes.
two colors,
Yeah.
red and white. Diablo's the red one, and Igloo is the white one.
I'll link the products below. Wheel Talk will be the discount code. It's only valid until the next episode goes live.
That's it, because we have to put something else up, I guess.
Exactly. So Wheel Talk's a discount code, 50% off. If you want to get one, don't miss out. They're really, really good backpacks. They don't just carry stuff; they actually offer protection to your
They
back.
give you back protection.
Support.
They give you protection for whatever you're carrying in your bag.
Yep.
So great for PEV riders like EUC riders.
Yep.
And scooter riders and skaters.
What's his name, Rider? What's his name? Wrong Way.
Wrong Way does.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wrong Way.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people
I've
out
got
with
them
them.
now.
Yeah. They're definitely out there. They're definitely safe. They're really good quality. But yeah, only till the next episode goes live, so don't miss out on that.
That might be a week or two.
All right, well, so that brings us to the end. I think we've babbled enough. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, Wheel Talk for 50% off. Owen Scanlan, you have won yourself an EUC watch. We'll get in contact and ship that out. We'll give something away on the next episode as well, probably, if we've got something to give away.
If we get enough commenters.
If we get enough comments. So chuck a comment in there. Unfortunately, as I said, Australia only. Sorry, international viewers. That's it. So ride safe, wear a helmet, and we'll see you on the next video.
Real talk alert.